Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a Q-tip taco paint along. So I've got my paints and a couple of things that we'll need. So something to put paint on, this is a paper plate, pencil, and possibly a paper towel. So we're just going to make a large C shape and then make a little background for it. It just mirrors it there. You can see what I'm doing. And then we'll just connect the bottoms, and that's going to be our sketch for this one. Just smooth up any lines if you want it a little bit taller or anything like that. Just make sure that you're happy with your shape. So now that we've got that, we're going to go ahead and start doing some paint. So I'm going to do purple for my background because I plan to put this on the little girl's wall. And so we'll take our Q-tip and just dip it in, just like we did with that first paint along. You can do it individually, but it takes a long time. So what I suggest is actually getting 3 of them. And you'll see me do that here in just a second. You'll see me get 3 of them. It makes the process go a lot faster. And I've sped up this video, so I do not paint that fast. So to paint the area quicker, we'll do 3 of them, and you'll see how much faster it goes. So now that I've got that all painted, I'm going to go ahead in with some brown, and I am going to go in with a single Q-tip since it's not that big of an area. We're going to do that inside of the taco shadow area. So right along there. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, of course this is your painting, you can do whatever you want. If you just want to do the front of the taco, that is fine. So we'll just tap, 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 and we'll just be real careful around our edges, and pretty soon the inside of our taco will be done. And that's about it. So for the larger portion, we are going to be using those 3 Q-tips again. We're going to use just plain yellow. It's a corn tortilla, I guess. And so I didn't put nearly as much paint down as I did that first time with the purple. Alright, so we'll just start with those 3, and you'll see me tapping, and we'll just get that all covered. And I like a pretty dense coverage with this. You are welcome to do it however you need or want. And so I'm just being really careful around the edges. I'm just stamping it very carefully. In the middle I can just kind of go wild and stamp wherever. So real careful around the edges, filling in. Real careful around the edges, and then filling in sporadically. Yep, just like that. You'll continue to do that until we get it all done. And I did work from one side to the other for a reason. I did want a little bit of shadow down here, and it is easier to do mixed colors with the Q-tips when your paint is still a little wet. So we'll go back in over on this last little bit that we've got, and I decided that it was easier to do some of the detail work with a single Q-tip. So just filling any spots that I think need a little extra paint. And then of course my edges some more. Trying to cover up some of that pencil line. I went down to one single Q-tip. It was easier to do the detail work that way. And acrylic is really easy to cover up pencil lines. You just gotta put it on there just a little thick and not even like a little thick. It covers up really easy. So now we're going in with that brown. Like I said, it's still kind of wet. And we'll just dip into some of that to kind of thin out that color because we want it to kind of look like it was like baked or fried and got a little extra crispy there. Part extra crisp, part shadow. So we've got that. And you see how when it's just a little bit wet, it just melds right in together. And then I'm just putting a couple of like other extra crispy areas. And I dipped in that yellow to kind of help spread that color out, so that it wasn't so harsh over on our bright yellow areas. I chose the purple background because it was a complementary color, and because it would go cute in my little girl's room. You guys can choose whatever background color suits you guys, suits your bedroom, your decor. I would probably keep the lettuce green and the tomatoes red still though. So here we are, we're getting some paint ready for that. And I just put a little bitty dollop because we're not going to be using a whole lot of it. So I just kind of made some wavy lines, and I'll fill those in as we go along. So we'll just tap it. It is easier to do this with a single one so that you have a little bit more control. And it looks like my hand is resting right on it, but I'm actually got it pretty high up so that it's not touching my canvas because it's still pretty wet. And I don't want paint all over me like that. So we're just going in, making some frilly lettuce. Maybe something like romaine, I don't know. It's a pretty graphic art, very straightforward this week. And so we'll just continue tapping in that green. I'm putting some little areas where it kind of disappears behind the rest of the taco shell. Then we'll use that other side and just kind of dot along some tomato squares that are sticking out. I decided that I would do 5 tomatoes because I thought that that was a nice number to try to fit around this. So I'm making them different sizes and different variations of a triangle so that they look like they're sticking out. So now I've got my 5. So now I'm just going to go back and put any paint where I think it needs a little bit of extra red there. And once we finish up our tomatoes, we will be done. So you can get your kit in the description box below. We hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.